Hello, once more. We are back. We are back for Maths Lab. Maths Lab. We are excited. Our topic, last topic for the day. Let us revisit absolute value equations. Let us revisit absolute value equations and see if we remember our steps. See if we remember our steps. Remember to like, share, and follow. Remember to like, share, and follow right here at Paulstutorialservices.com, on Facebook page, Paulstutorialservices.com on Facebook page. Also, as always, remember to visit our YouTube channel, our newly launched YouTube channel, for short and long videos after the session is done. After the session is done, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. So, our topic for the day is absolute value Maths Lab. We have Maths Lab absolute value. We are looking at how to solve absolute value equations, and now we have absolute value 2x plus 1. You can see these two lines. For it to be an absolute value, there has to be these two lines in between there, and then plus 7 is lesser than or equal to 9. 2x plus 7, 2x plus 1 plus 7 is lesser than or equal to 9. So let us see how to do that. So now for us to do that, we have to go through step 1. And what is step 1? Step 1 is to take care of the absolute value first. First, isolate the absolute value. So our step 1 is to isolate the absolute value. That is step 1. If you want to write some notes, step 1 is to isolate the absolute value, and that means we have to do away with these two steps. This term, we have to do away with it. We have to do away with it. Now let's see how we do that. For us to do that, we are going to do the math. We are going to do the math, and that is 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1, and then so we're going to say the absolute value here, 2x plus 1 right here is less than or equal to 7 minus 7. 7 is either less than, so it's 7 minus 9, which give us negative 2. 7 minus 9, which give us negative 2. So the answer right here will be negative 2. The answer right here would be negative 2. So that means this is the step 1, isolating the absolute value. The step 1 is to isolate the root value. That means we are going to write it just the way it is down here, except now what we are doing, we are isolating it, we are reducing it to, so you can see there's a change. The left side remained the same, whereas there's a change on the right side. So we do the maths on the right side. The left side stays the same in the meantime, because we still do not know the value of x. We still do not know the value of x. So x is a variable. So now we have to take care of x. So now, how do we take care of x? So to take care of x, we're going to say 2x plus 1 right here. And now that means for us to take care of x, we're going to minus 1 right here. Okay, we're going to minus 1 right there, and that now is going to give us, that now means that we're going to, that now gonna means that is going to be because now we're going to take care of 2x, right? So we're going to take care of x. So now that because we are taking care of x, we are going to divide by we're going to subtract x right here. So we're going to subtract 2 right here. So when we do that, it's like we are going to divide 1 by x, so 1 by 2. So that gives us, that now means that x, so we divide both sides by 2, and so we divide both sides by 2. Remember, division is the same as subtraction right here. When we're dealing with equations, the sign is division is as good as subtraction. But now, when we do that, now we're going to remain with x, because you see now these two gonna cancel with that, and then now we're going to remain with x is equals to 1 over 2. X is equals to 1 over 2, and you can see now, but we are using, it's either less than or equal. Remember our sign here, so we don't use this sign, but we use this sign because it's less than or equal to 2. So take note of the change of sign. It's different from the usual equal sign. This sign here is different from the usual equal sign. So now we've now we know the value of x in this absolute value equation. X is less than or equal to 1 over is equal to 1 or equal to 1 over 2. X is less than or equal to 1 or equal to 1 over 2 or equal to 1 over 2. So x is less than or equal to 1 over 2. Actually, yeah, that was correct right there. X is less than or equal to 1 over 2. And now we are still not done. We are still not done. So on the other side, you can see on the other side, since we had negative 2, we also say that 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1. You see this 2x plus 1? So we say 2x plus 1 is equals to 2x plus 1. Our example, 2x plus 1 right here. This is the math right here. So 2x plus 1 is equals to negative 2 right there. 2x plus 1 is less than or equals to negative 2, as is clearly indicated right here. 2x plus 1 is equal or less than to negative 2 after we take care of the absolute value. Remember, we were taking care of the absolute value. That means we are getting rid of the two stems the two stems that are covering the values in there. So once we take care, once we isolate it out, then we have the numbers. Now we are only dealing with the numbers. 2x plus 1 is less than or equal to negative 2, negative 2. Then now, and which also means that when we finally deal with this also means that 2x, 2, now we have 2x right here. This 2x right here is also equal to negative 3. This 2x right here is also equal or less than negative 3. This 2x right here is also equal or less than negative 3, and that means that we simply brought this down right here. We brought this math down right here. Okay, 2x is equals to negative 3. That means this 1 plus negative 2 gives us negative 3. This one right here plus negative 2 gives us the negative 3. So 2x is equals to negative 3. But now we still have to find, likewise 2x, likewise on this side, x, we already found that x is equals to 1 over 2. X is equals to 1 over 2. So remember, this is a two-part equation, so it's giving us two different answers. It's a two-part equation which gives us two different answers. So now that also means that 2x is less than or is equals to 3 over 2x is less than or is equals to 2x is less than or is equals to negative 3 over 2. 2x is less than or is equals to negative 3 over 2. This 2x is also less than or is equals to negative 3 over 2. And that means that for us to take care of x, that means we simply divided this 2x by 2, and also we divided negative 3 by 2. So that leaves us with x. So when we do that, then that leaves us with x. Okay? So that leaves us with x is equals to less than or negative 3 over 2. X is less than or negative 3 over 2. X is less than or negative 3 over 2 right there. Negative 3 over 2 right there. So those are two final answers. Our two final answers are x is less than or equal to 1 over 2. Okay? And then our second answer is x is less than or is equals to negative 3 over 2. And that means that for us to get those separate answers is we had to isolate the absolute value. We had to isolate the absolute value by adding 2x plus 1, making it less than or equal to negative 2, and we got that negative 2 by subtracting 7 minus 9, by doing 7 minus 9, and we had negative 2. And then the second step was to solve and know the value, was to solve the variable x. So we had to do away with we had to find out what is the variable x, and for us to do that, we had to divide by 2 on both sides. So it's 2x divided by 2, and that gives us x is less than or is equals to 1 over 2. X is less than or is equals to 1 over 2. Okay, so we are dividing both sides by 2. So that's how we ended up with x is less than or is equal to 1 over 2. And then we had to take care of the second part of the absolute value, and that gave us x. 2x plus 1 gave us less than or is equals to -2. -2, and then 2x was less than or is equals to -3, because now 2 plus 1 is 3 right there, okay? Or that is, and then 1 plus -2 gave us -3. 1, this 2x is equals to 1 plus -2, which eventually gave us -3. So you can see how we got our -3, and then now 2x, where we divided by 2 to get the other side, -2 divided by 2, and then so we had to solve for x, and then now our final answer is x is less than or equal to -2 over, -3 over 2, -3 over 2. So now the last part of this, remember when you saw absolute value equations, then we also have to draw the number line. So we also have to draw the number line. So let us see how we're going to draw this, these two answers into the number line, absolute value number line, absolute value number line. So now we're going to draw, and now when we draw, it's going to be a line like this. So it's going to be, we're going to draw it on a straight line, and then we're going to mark 2 points. We're going to mark 2 points, so these 2 dot points, so 1, 2, so these 2 dot points right here, okay. Now we're going to see which part is going to be, remember, since it's less than, so it's either equal or less than. So now we're going to have a line, one line is going to run the opposite way. So like this line right here is going to, this line, the first line is going to run across towards our right side. The first line is going to face our right side, whereas the second line is going to face towards our left side. So you see, because it's either less than or is equal to. It's less than or equal to. So now that means that that's how our graph gonna look like this. Our graph gonna look like this, and so that's for our first graph. Because now our first graph. So remember, the -2 is gonna, the -3 is gonna be on our left side, because you see it's less by a lot. It's less by a lot, so that means it's going to the left side. It's subtracting by a lot. So now, so this right here would be our -2. This part right here, it's gonna be our -3 over 2. This part right here is going to be our -3 over 2. Whereas the right side is gonna be our, the right side is gonna be 1 over 2, 1 over 2. The right side is gonna be 1 over 2. And then now you have to put your parentheses. So this is how you put your parentheses. You're gonna put something like this. Your parentheses has to look something like this, okay? This is how you're going to write your answer for your first line, So now we have to draw our last line. Remember, we are giving two different answers. We are giving two different answers for the same equation. So now we are going to draw our last line, because remember, it's either equal or less than. So it's either equal or less than. So that means that other one has to be mostly positive. Other one has to be mostly positive. So we're going to draw a line like this, a straight line, and now we're going to mark 2 points, and we're going to mark 2 points. So 1 point right here, and another point right here. And then now what we're going to do this time is we're going to draw a bracket line, something like a parenthesis. So we're going to draw a line in between right there. We're going to draw a line in between right there. And then we're also going to draw another line in between right there, like that. We're going to draw another line right there like that. And then now we're going to say that we're going to put the numbers. We're going to put the numbers, and I need you can see that, note the difference in this line, this new line that we are drawing. There is no arrow point. There is no arrow point because the answer is mostly on the positive side. The answer is definite because it's equal. It's equal. So this part right here, is going to be our 3/2. So our left side is going to be our 3/2, whereas our right side is going to be our 1/2. Our 1/2. All right. Right here at Paulstutorialservices.com. So that's how we solve our absolute value equations. That's how we solve our absolute value equations. Remember, the first step is to isolate the absolute value. The first step is to isolate the absolute value. And you saw how we did that by getting rid of these two stems, and then as doing the math on the right side, we got that 2x plus 1 is equals to or less than -2. 2 less, is equals or less than -2 right there. And that's how we solved it. That's how we solved it. So that's our example number 1 for today. Let us see if we can do the last one for our maths lab. And then tomorrow we're going to look at the bar lines, the slope. We're going to learn something about lines. We are going to learn something about lines. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. So now let me clean up the board so that we can do the last part of today's math lab, absolute value equations, so that we learn something for the day. Okay. Yeah. This is absolute value with another level altogether. Remember last time we just did it up to the number line. We dealt with the integers and how we did the graphing, but now we are going deeper, solving the absolute value equations and then getting the answers and drawing it on the number line. So this other one is going to involve intervals. This other one is going to involve intervals. And now what we have is 3x minus 2 plus 1. So now what we have here is 3x minus 3x minus 2, right? 3x minus 2. Put the two lines in between here, plus 1, 3x minus 2. Put the two lines in between there, plus 1, and that is equals or less than 8. That is equals or less than 8 is equal or less than 8. So now how to do that is we're just going to do the maths mostly. We're going to do the maths mostly on the right side, And now we see that this is plus 1, so we're going to minus 1 here. And this is 8, so we're going to minus 1 here. So when we do that, then we're going to have absolute value 3x minus 2 is less than or equal to 7. Is less than or equal to 7 because 8 minus 1 is 7. So 8 minus 1 is 7. So now you can see the values have changed. And now once we do that, because now we've done with the first step by isolating. What we've done right here is to isolate the absolute value, and now the next step is to write the equation. The next step is to write the equation, and the equation is 3x minus 2 is less than or equals to 7. 3x minus 2 is less than or equals to 7. 3x minus 2 is less than or equals to 7. And then we also say that 3x minus 2 is less than or equals to negative 7. 3x minus 2 is less than or equals to negative 7. 3x minus 2. On the other side is positive, and then on the other side is negative. You can see the difference. Remember to put, for you to get it correctly, you have to put and. So you're giving two answers. You write 3x minus 2 is less than or equals to 7. Then you put and 3x minus 2 is less than or equal to negative 7. Less than or equal to negative 7. And then now we still have to, so now at that point we're going to find out what is 3x. What is 3x, okay? So that means that so now for us, this 3x right here is equals to, this 3x right here is eventually going to equal 9. It's going to be 9, not negative, but 9 exactly. It's going to be 9. It's going to be 9. It's going to be 9. That means that we added 2 plus 7. We added 2 plus 7 to get 9. We added 3x. This 3x is equals to 2 plus 7 to get 9, okay? And then now on the other side we have 3x is 3. On the other side we have 3x is less than or equal to negative 5. 3x is less than or equal to negative 5. And how we got negative 5 is 2 basically is 2 minus 7. 2 minus, this 2 minus 7 gives us negative 5. This 2 right here minus 7 give us negative 5. Give us negative 5. And then now we still have to solve. We still have to solve for 3x, and now we're going to say 3x is equal or less than 9. So this is how we're going to write it. We're going to say 3x is 3x is equal to 9 over 3 right here. 3x is equals to 9, right? Is equals to less than 9. But then you divide it by 3, right? You divide by 3 because now we have to take care of x. So we divide by 3. And then now we have, after we do that, then now we have x is less than or equal to 3. Now when we do that, then now we have x right here. Now we have x right here is less than or equals to 3, because you can see we divide 9 by 3 right here. So x is less than or equals to 3. And then now on the other side, we have to take care of the other side. We have x on the other side. So now that means that is 3x is less than, 3x is less than or 3x is greater actually. 3x now is going to be greater. 3x, the sign, because the sign is facing to the other side. Remember the sign has to, since if this side is positive, the other side has to be negative. So now 3x minus 2, right? So 3x minus 2, this is greater, the sign is greater now because 3 is bigger than 2. Yeah. We have to get it right, so the sign will change. Notice the change of sign. 3x, this sign is facing to the right, while this upper sign is facing to the right. So now we have to write it differently. Every sign to the right has the, so now it's greater than or less than. So 3x is greater than or less than negative 5. 3x is greater than or less than negative 5. And then now we have to solve for x. Now we have to solve for x. So now when we do that, remember, every time you have to solve for x, you have to divide by the number that is the coefficient of x. So now, 3x, we're going to divide that by 3. And now we're going to divide that by 3 on the right side. So now our final answer is x is greater than or equal to negative 5 over 3. X is greater than or equal to negative 5 over 3. So there we go with our two answers. There we are, and there we go with our two answers. And now we just have to graph it up. Now we just have to graph it up, and now we have to draw our lines again, our beautiful lines. We have to draw our beautiful lines. Remember, the answers are x is equals or less than 3, or x is greater than or less than negative 5 over 3. Those are our two answers, and we are going to graph them. We are going to draw a line to graph them up. We are going to draw a line to graph them up. Okay, so let's see how our line gonna look like. This is an interval case, so we're going to draw lines that are in between. So interval lines is just going to be a straight line like this, and then we're going to put brackets in between, and because now 3 is greater than negative 5 over 3, so that means our 3 is going to be on the right side. Our 3 is going to be on the right side. So now our 3 is going to be on the right side. So now what we're going to do is put a bracket like this, okay? Put a bracket like this on the right side, and then we're going to write the number that befalls that bracket. So the number that befalls this bracket is 3. So just say 3 right there. So that point right there is 3, and then now we're going to draw another line. We're going to draw another line like this, and on this line we're going to put negative 5. We're going to put negative 5 because negative 5 is less than or equal to x. So remember x. So negative 5, that is point x, which is x is less than or greater than, x is equal or less than negative 5 over 3. X is equal or less than negative 5 over 3, whereas the other side, x is less than or equal to 3. So you see, 3 is bigger than negative 5. So now that's why 3 is on the right side, whereas negative 5 over 3 is on the left side. And now remember, since this is an interval case, it is an interval case, so now we have to shade the lines in between. You have to make it shaded. You have to shade that line, make that line shaded, and then now once you make that line shaded, then you remember you have to make your answers clear so that your professor would give you all the points possible. You have to make your answers clear so that your professor will give you all the points possible. So now the interval answer, this is how you're going to write the interval answer. So you're going to say interval, okay? You're going to say interval is negative 5 over 3, okay? Interval is negative 5 over 3 is less than, so I believe less than, so it has to face to your left than, yes, less than, and then you have to put x in between. You have to put x in between. Is less than x is equals to, remember, 3. X is equals to 3. Remember, 3 is greater than negative 5 over 3, so that your answer right there, x is less than or equals to negative 3. But in this case, the sign stays the same. Sorry, the sign here stays the same. So x is also less than or equal to 3. X is less than or equal to 3. Nevertheless, 3 as a number itself is greater than negative 5 over 3. 3 as a number itself is greater than negative 5 over 3. So this is your final answer when you're solving absolute value equation. Final answer when you're solving absolute value equation. And remember, the problem given was 3x plus 1, I believe. 3x plus 1. No, 3x. The problem given was 3x minus 2 absolute value, and then and then there was a plus. There was a plus 1 right here. Okay, there was a plus 1 right here, and then that was equal or less than 8, correct? That was equal or less than 8. The signs can be a little confusing, but it was less than or equal to 8. It was less than or equal to 8. So that is the problem given. That's the problem given, and that's how you solve it. It's quite a long process in between. I'm sure it should carry at least 5 to 10 points. 5 to 10 points on a given cut test. That's how, because you can see the kind of work you have to do, the steps you have to follow, and the solving that you have to do, and the graphing that you have to do. So, but once you get it right, you should be able to get all your points correctly. You should be able to get all your points solved correctly right here at Paulstutorialservices.com. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something. Please help us share. Bye-bye.